Yeah, they should, but we don't have one, so we gotta do what we can with what we have, you know.
Yeah. I'll lobby for one. No. I will write to old mate Mike.
Morheim? Who are you talking? Which Mike are you talking about?
That was the one.
God damn it!
Doesn't even work there anymore.
Shaking my head.
I'll write to old mate Bill Gates.
I thought you were gonna be Bill Nye. I was like, what? Oh god.
And, you know, after the announcement, it keeps slipping my mind that we are owned by Microsoft. Not us, but Blizzard is. Anyway, that's enough about that. We are owned by our constituents, otherwise known as Lord Loken. As we kick off this TVZ, we're getting a lot of these today. This TVZ here on Hotwire LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, swinging all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have a blue Terran player coming out from the land of Rosia. He is going to be representing Team Starcom. We have BratOK.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hardwire LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself, his old team, the ex-military, his country, his nation, and the people in his stream as he is streaming his POV. It is true.
POV.
POV. I love it. And true, he is out here for all the Zerg players right now. He is the last remaining Zerg in the entire tournament.
Is he really? Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I had not even noticed that.
There's a lot of Protosses and Terrans out there, mate. Oh boy.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, that just seems weird to me for a mid-week broadcast, you know?
Yeah, we're...
As I'm just still shaking off the residues of Grand Plapas Open where it was just Zerg.
Yeah, exactly. Like, long gone are the ZvZ into ZvZ into ZvZ. Now we actually have a little bit more variety, but also less Zerg representation, you know? It's almost like ESL Open Cup Asia all over again, right? Which is Protosses and Terrans. Feels bad.
Apparently. Look, it's only ESL Open Cup Asia. That's signs up for every one of them.
Yeah, we gotta get in touch with some of the other Zerg players. You know, I know Goku Joey works now, so it's hard for him to show up. But you know, maybe like a Björl or Ragnarok or Armani. You know, we gotta spread the word.
Indeed, we do. Some Rex in here, you know. Everyone.
Yeah, and this is a really interesting way this game has turned out. BratOK actually once again skipped his Reaper and went for this mass marine style early game to kill overlords. But True went across the map immediately with his lings, and sure, this overlord is going to go down, but True goes straight for some SCVs.
Wow, he's gonna... Oh, I thought for a second... For a second I thought that CC was still building. I was gonna say, this is a massive delay, but no, a little bit far off. True, okay, playing it safe, not going straight for the kills. Backing away once he realizes those Marines are gonna pack quite a bit of a punch.
I think what's very important about what just happened, though, is that the Marines only got one Overlord. Like, we saw how adventurous they were against Demi earlier today in another series. But because of all these lings threatening the mineral line, like, the Marines kind of had to turn around, come back home, and stay back home.
Just like so. But that's not gonna stop BratOK from getting Overlord kills, apparently.
Apparently not. The second Overlord does get picked off, but I mean, True was well aware that was going to happen. He was already prepared for that kind of supply block going on. And oh my god! Look what we have here!
Man, it's been a long time since I've seen this as an opener in TVZ.
So I'm like...
Range libs are, of course, on the way.
I am shocked by a couple of things here. One, BratOK opened up with a 3rd CC before Starport. This wasn't a 1-1-1. So because of that, the BC is going to be delayed, but because the Overlords have already been killed, like, this isn't going to be scouted. So the fact that the Fusion Core was put off for a little bit is going to help him.
Yeah, I think this is actually going to help him out a lot, especially since he, with that additional orbital command, he's going to be able to establish his economy much, much sooner. Like you were saying, you know, True dipped into his Overlord and saw, okay, it's just a little bit of a 1-1-1 from what I'm seeing, so I don't need to throw down too many Spore Crawlers. I don't need to make too many Queens.
Yeah, like he's throwing down some spores now, again, just to be safe. They're in position in case Liberators or Banshees do rock up. But again, he is in the dark right now. He has no idea what's coming. He has no idea that behind this, BratOK is going into mech.
I thought BC openings were rare nowadays in TVC. What's even more rare? BC mech.
Yeah, especially the way that this played out. Like the opener itself. Like we have seen BC into mech before, but again with a very more straightforward way of getting there. So yeah, very interesting build here from BratOK. We'll see if he can catch True unawares, because at the moment, again, he's in the dark. He hasn't really committed to any kind of tech, and oh, he's just going straight for it.
Alrighty then. True wanted to go for a couple of mutas, but depending on when he scouts the BCs, gonna have to switch gears, and now he sees the BCs coming down.
Oh yeah, first BC is already in the main base. No kills yet. At the same time, the Hellions are going to be free to clear up all of this creep. He cannot go further though, because there's plenty of Lingbane on the ground at the natural.
Yeah, not too many drone kills yet for BratOK, but at the very least he keeps his BC alive. Oh man. I don't know if this is the right time to morph. Okay, that was definitely not the right time to morph into Hellbats. The mineral line was right there, man.
The splits, Papi, were not there. True got the most perfect Bailey connections he could have hoped for. With that, he now has the map control. Sure, he's struggling to deal a little bit with his BC, but now the Lings, they just rush across the map. We even have a couple of Bailings.
Oh, and they're gonna crush straight to the SCVs! Even a couple of mules, 10 workers taken out just like that for BratOK. And all of a sudden, True has completely flipped this game on its head. That should have been disastrous for him. When all those Hellions rocked up.
Exactly, mate. The counterattack was insane. He's not done, by the way. These two Lings are finally going to get cleaned up, but not before 18 SCVs get picked off. And behind this, True, he's already got Corruptors on the way.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going to be able to deal with this. Big thing though, I'm not sure if True is aware that mech is coming his way. But even still, I mean, he still has the opportunity to get a quick little hive and get some Brute Lords earlier on.
Yeah, I mean, what's important right now is that now he has his Corruptors, he can just dive on these BCs. He doesn't even care. There's no anti-air. Mizar's only just started. He can just go for it, and then after the BCs fall, he can just caustic spray down some buildings.
Or even just caustic spraying them down immediately. It's testing the waters a little bit. It's going straight for the starport.
Oh, exactly. But a third BC pops out just in time, as well as another Cyclone. So BratOK will not lose anything to these Corruptors. But, as you were pointing out, at least True was able to get in and scout all the production.
Yeah, he's well aware of what's coming his way now. Throws down that Roach Warren and starts working on this upgrade. Still going for... Okay, he still wants to go for a bit of a late game Ling Bane, but yeah, he's still very well aware that he needs Roaches to get to that point.
Oh yeah. It's going to be Roach, Ravager, Ling, Bane, which will do really nicely. We already have Corruptors, we already have Spire Tech, which means True getting into a greater Spire is going to be that much easier compared to Demi. If you remember, Demi had to rebuild the Spire, and his Spire got delayed even further after that. So True is going to have a smoother transition, and he already started off with the economic lead.
He did, and that was quite a lead too. I usually advocate for mules, but considering about 3 or 4 of them were killed by banelings, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be. anymore. True hitting that sweet spot of drones now. 91.
Oof.
He does not need to worry about his economy for a long time.
That's a lot of drones, mate. He is done. Now he can focus on his creep spread. He can focus on his army. Ooh, a couple of these queens are going to get picked off. This is the power of the cyclone. Oh, one more shot.
Well, at least there isn't any other queen to transfuse that for now. So it could still get taken out.
It could. It's a little bit exposed, but at the same time, there's a lot of Ling Bane. If BratOK goes too deep, he is prone to getting surrounded, just like so. True's trying to get us around.
Trying and just about getting that surround. Full on surround.
Mate, that's the second time the ground army of BratOK has been reset. Like, that's just... you can't do that. Oh, God.
Yeah, if we look at the supply scenario, True is getting pretty damn close to maxing out. BratOK was close to maxing out. Now, not at all.
Not at all, mate. The Banelings are rolling on forward. Where's the target fire? Target fire's up there. Banelings once again do crash into the mineral line, but only 8 SCVs. This time, BratOK was ready for it, and actually, the planetary holds strong here. So, True threw away a lot of supply for not much, to be honest.
Yeah, none of Banelings here to really overwhelm that planetary. You know, True might have too many workers now.
Oh, but 99? True.
99!
99? This isn't ZvP. You're not gonna make a spore forest. Like, that's not... Oh my god.
You could make a spine forest.
You're not wrong. Spine forests do actually come into play against mech. But 99?
99! Well, it's 99 because he knows he's gonna lose some, so...
Oh, God.
May as well, I suppose.
Again, playing like hashtag TUI. Meanwhile, we have a bit of a counterattack being set up. True does catch those BCs. He actually doesn't care. Okay. He will turn around. He will try and force a teleport.
I do appreciate that BratOK decided not to overcommit to the BCs. That was a tank shot that came just in the nick of time.
Exactly. Meanwhile, one BC was sniped. It looks like the Hellions actually did a lot more work than we thought they would. Oh god.
And now they don't even work a supply.
The BCs.
Funny how that works. BCs are uber exposed. The Banelings want to crash into the tanks, but for the most part, the tanks and the Hellbats are able to keep them at bay. True is starting to lose a lot of... It's starting to trade unfavorably now.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. He does get a kill on a base, but there was another base right next to it, ready to replace it. There we go. True is going to try and counterattack again with these roaches, but I am concerned about his ground army. Just like what you were saying, like he threw away a lot. He doesn't have a lot left.
Yeah, I'm really liking the window of opportunity that BratOK has right now, and he's making full use of it, going across the map of his army. True trying to force BratOK back, but this isn't a ZvP. He's not going to be able to force a recall or anything.
Yeah, BratOK is committed here. He's got tanks, he's got Hellbats, he has Thors, and I'm worried because True is making nothing but mutas right now. The question is, will he have enough mutas to overwhelm all 3 of these Thors? That's
the big question. It is a really good anti-air system that BratOK has right now, but it's also his only anti-air at the moment. Good magic boxing by True, and he does have enough to overwhelm if he targets down. There's still one Thor here, True.
True. Puppy. I think he's on the wrong position. That's the problem. At the same time, he's going for a bit of a counterattack. I mean, he's going to try and get some damage done eventually. This Thor is still dealing damage. True, get off the whole position. Oh my god.
Finally, he's able to deal with the Thors and now deal with the rest of the army, but he's lost his natural base. He's going to lose some of his tech? Okay, not quite yet. Oh no, I don't know who came out worse for that, out of that. I want to say True. He lost 30 drones.
He lost a lot of workers, he lost bases, he lost all of his corruptors. The corruptors were his ability to transition into broodlords, by the way. But now he has mass muta. Can he retaliate and deal some damage with all these mutas?
No, there's not a lot of anti-air, is there? Entire mineral line gets taken out. Okay, never mind. There's 5 Thors. 5.
5 Thors are more than enough. Thankfully, True is dealing a lot of economic damage. He is dancing around all these Thors. The Thors are having a very hard time keeping up with the Mutas.
Question is he just poking the bear at this point? 3 Thors that the Mutas have to fly by, and the Widow Mine, and all of these turrets, the Mutas. They're not going to be a problem for much longer.
True, not like this. At the same time, we have a Hellbat run by. This time they morphed in behind the mineral line. More drones are going down. They will get cleaned up, but that was a lot of Mutas. That's 24 dead Mutas.
Sorry for Mutas. True has reestablished his economic lead, but that's not really going to count for much once this mech army sieges up in front of his face.
Yeah, BratOK once again, he's pushing out across the map. This time there is no creep here. The highway of anti-creep has arrived. BratOK is going for it, and again, there aren't enough Mutas to clean this up a second time.
I don't think there are any Mutas left remaining, if I'm being honest.
Oh god,
I might have lost all of them, but this is a really good angle for the Zerg to enter on top of. Is it gonna be enough? All these tanks are still sieged up, and True is starting to lose his army. He loses his entire army.
The Thors are standing strong. BratOK is pushing on forward. What is there left to contend against this? We have 48 Lings in production, but they're still in production. True needs a little bit more time.
He does. Funnily enough, Lings are kind of the counter to Thors when you get to the late game, but does he have enough Lings to really overwhelm? He's eventually going to clean this up. And again, he's still looking decent when it comes to the mining, but I feel like BratOK's economy is just good enough that he's going to be able to continue reinforcing this.
Yeah, it's one of those things where True has a beautiful drone count. He has 81 drones. His economy is great, but he's just really struggling to rebuild his army. And BratOK, like, he is slowly breaking through. Again, like, more Thor reinforcements are coming across the map. Another wave of tanks are on the way as well. Like, BratOK is trying to make sure True can't recover.
He's slowly breaking through, and he's slowly breaking True. That's what's going on.
Yeah, boys are being forced off the line as well, and I think it's not going to be enough. Yeah. He's broken him. He's breaking through. Ruska.
What's the Russian saying? Dzień dobry!
God damn it. God damn it, Yaku. BratOK, he is doing it for Mother Russia right now. He's breaking through to the natural base once again, and there just isn't enough supply on the ground. Again, earlier, True threw away all of his corruptors. He had a questionable engagement with his Mutas as well, a little bit of miscontrol. You could argue that maybe if you know, the control was there, maybe he could have been able to hold on. Like, even here, he's catching reinforcements. Like, he's doing the best he can. I just don't know if he can ever fight all these tanks. No, with Roach Ravager.
I highly doubt it. Does he have enough? Okay, he has enough to get another base up, but does he even have the drones to spare? I've just made the mistake of looking at the unit slots tab light. That's a whole lot.
That's a lot of numbers, mate, and that's not looking good for our Zerg player here. Another base falls. True down to 4 hatcheries, 60 drones. You never want to see that, especially against a Terran player, being equal in workers. And just BratOK is just slowly just forcing his way in and just forcing True into submission right now.
You know, this is a beautiful line of text to see as a Terran player. There's no way for True to make even a single step without getting shelled by tanks. GG, BratOK takes game number 1.
GG, well played. Honestly, True was like, he played the first half of this game out beautifully, right? When it came to dealing with the Hellbats, counterattacking with Ling Bane, going into Corruptors and shutting down the BCs. But the mass Muta play.
Yeah. Questionable, to say the least. That was a game with a massive body count, I gotta tell you.
It was massive, mate. It was
so
insane.
Like 300 Lings towards the end there. 12 Thors.
It almost looked like
30 Mutas, 20 Cyclones. Jeez.
Yeah, it almost looked like at a certain point True was getting a little bit too wasteful with his army. Like we saw a couple of times where he would go for like these Ling Bane run-bys that just didn't really get much at all, right? The meter switch was really expensive as well. That didn't pay for itself. Some just questionable choices with how he spent his resources. Now he spent his army. The engagements themselves were great, I feel like, for True, but
well,
yeah,
initially,
yeah.
And he decided to just throw bodies.
Yeah, like even in the middle of the game, right? Remember, like he got us surrounded on all those cyclones as well. Yeah. Like he was, and even towards the end, with what little he had, like,
yeah, he was actually able to magic box really, really well against 3 Thors. Yeah, that was pretty massive, but the follow up from there, a little questionable.
Just a little bit, and with that, BratOK, our Russian Terran, takes a lead in this series. Is he going to be the one to put an end to True's reign? Last week, if you were not here, True was stalked by Geralt, another European player, but a Protoss.
Let's not forget, True is the sole remaining Zerg player right now. If anybody out there wants to stop the domination of Protoss and Terran, this is who you gotta send your energy to. This is who you gotta send your snacks to.
This is it. The Snack Zerg. He is back and he is hungry. Will he be able to afford food tonight? That's the question.
That's the question, yeah. Alrighty then, as we continue our series out on Kaliningrad. LE we have here in the top left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the top left-hand corner. We have a blue Terran player coming down all the way from the land of Russia. And he is, of course, going to be representing that team, Starcom. I think he's actually been on that team for probably the longest time. I mean, shows his commitment. He has been playing this game for a very, very long time, and so has been a joy to witness. He is BratOK. Papatum.
And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Berlingrad LE, we have the South Korean Zerg player representing himself and looking to fight back in this series and bring it to the ace match. It is True. And I want to apologize to someone in the chat. Rock, paper, scissors in the chat was like, yo, the rally of tanks is giving me PTSD. Like, I
streaming in.
Like, it at a certain point, it was looking absolutely insane. Like, how BratOK was able to just, again, stabilize at home, macro, and just force his way across the map.
Yeah, imagine parade pushing, but instead of Marines, it's tanks.
Yeah. it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. I don't know, maybe that's a wet dream for you, Yaku, I don't know.
No, if I have that many tanks, it means I'm playing mech, and for me, that would be more of a nightmare.
There you go, there you go. Yaku is an honorable Terran player. No mech, no mech.
No mech for now.
For now. Oh, God. But that's the scary thing about BratOK, you know, from what we've seen today, he can make it happen, or he can make it happen with Bio. Like,
yeah. He can make it happen, or he can buy... Oh, wait.
Buy away.
Buy away.
Yeah, it's a scary thing.
That's gonna be... Yeah, that's gonna be the only thing on my mind now for the rest of the broadcast. Trying to find a way to try to find some kind of phrase I can sneak Bio into. But speaking of sneak, True with the quick Roach Warren.
Oh yeah, very fast Roach Warren here for True. And something that's very important to take note of is that BratOK is being punished for his opener. He skipped his Reaper. He does not have any way to scout the Roach Warren right now, and he even tried to kill an Overlord, but there just wasn't one there.
Wow.
Wow.
It's got... You gotta feel a little bit cheated, don't you? I promised my Marines an Overlord to kill, but nothing there as he continues to pump out Hellions. That is not what you want against Roaches. At least he's getting the Starport. Maybe if he's quick enough, he can swap the add-ons and get a Banshee out. But come on, we're on Berlingrad.
Like
those Roaches are gonna be knocking out his front door before he can even finish at Tech Lab.
Here we go. Roaches are on the way. They finally get scattered. BratOK is trying to... Oh my god, he's rushing back home, but the Lings are in as well. Lings will get cleaned up, but they pick off a couple of these Marines, so this bunker isn't going to be as strong as it otherwise would have been. I was just about to say, this is the power of True. This goes to show how big a brain he is, and the difference between some of these players. True, after one game, adapted to BratOK's style beautifully, is attempting to counter it. We'll see if he can pull it off.
Yeah, there may not be as many Marines in that bunker as BratOK would like, but it's all about these SCVs, which are very exposed actually. Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's just not enough repairs either. The bunker goes down immediately. Meanwhile, BratOK, he's trying to rush out a tank of all things, which, to be fair, he actually focused down the Ravagers. So, no more Ravagers.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's going to be a little bit difficult for True to really keep up with this rate of repair. He does get the tank out. BratOK, I mean, and he will siege it in a very, very nice position, but he is losing SCVs left and right here. How does True transition from here?
Yeah, exactly. Behind this, True is getting another base up and running. The Roaches aren't done, by the way. No, the tank went to the low ground. No, the tank! Oh!
It is now very exposed. True will lose all of his Roaches, but it is well worth it for 11 SCVs and a tank. BratOK's getting ready for a bit of a counter harass, potentially? He can do a lot with these Hellions.
he could, not gonna lie, but as you were saying, True was able to deal so much damage with these Roaches. Interesting. BratOK, he throws down 2 more Raxes. This game he is going for bio, and because True hasn't been losing all of his Overlords, there we go, immediately he dips in and he will scout.
Now the big brain move for BratOK would be to cancel his Raxes after the Overlord scouts him.
Is that a big brain move? Is that what you want to be doing?
Well, it's a big brain. I didn't mention how smooth that brain is.
Exactly. It's a Miyamaka move, is what I would say. And I'd love to see it.
Unfortunately, that's not quite what's happening. Okay. That's a couple of drones BratOK does, so slowly but surely he's working on evening out the worker count.
Yeah, it was great use of this medevac and great use of his Hellions as well. The Hellions in a head-on engagement probably wouldn't have been able to find a way in, but he goes for a cheeky drop, gets a handful of drones, not bad. And quickly checking, BratOK did also scout how early this lair is going to be. Doesn't know exactly what it's for. It could be for a Roach push, like for Roach speed, so he has to be careful, but we see what it is for.
Indeed, we do. Oh wait, F3.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah. Shaking my head, True.
How dare you save my voice?
Yeah. Oh, God.
But it is going to be straight for that Spire play. I mean, there is still this medevac here, so he should be able to boost up into the main base. There we go. And he could potentially get a scout off if he goes into the natural.
What are chances of that, though? Meanwhile, the Lings are coming in to be even more annoying to these Hellions. Back at home, BratOK working on a pretty potent push, I gotta say. I mean, does True have any Banelings right now?
Oh, he doesn't, but this is so important. True goes into the main base. He confirms the production, confirms you don't have a 3rd CC. I need army, and I need army now, because BratOK, he's pushing out across the map. He's pushing out with an armory as well, so he's pretty all in. There is no 3rd base in sight, and True, he needs to defend, and then he wins. This is easier said than done.
Yeah, unfortunately, exactly. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to defend, though. He's getting a lot of Lings out. He's going to have a couple of Mutas, but he really has no answer to all these Marines at the moment.
Yeah, there's no Baneling Nest. It's just Ling Muta.
There's no Baneling. Oh,
there's no
no
Baneling Nest.
Oh, no.
True, puppy.
Oh, no.
The 3rd base goes down. All these Marines are pushing on forward. They have stim. They have +1. True doesn't have anything to do with this.
Wasn't even able to get us around. These Hellbats make short work of all these Lings. And It looks like Zerg is not going to be able to... It's not going to be represented as we go into our semis.
I am shocked, mate. True is getting punished for his greed, punished for going for this fast spire. Mutas and Lings are not what you want against a man with gun, because a man with gun is goddamn OP.
Is a man. Yeah, exactly. A man with gun is a man
with
in
a gun.
the sun.
A man with a gun has a gun, mate. And just like that, he stims on forward. Mutas, the micro is cute, but it's not going to be enough here. BratOK, GG, gets gold. And he does it. He takes down the last Zerg.
But Metro! BratOK does it for the motherland, and he will be our third semifinalist for the evening. As I'm just getting updated, we already have enough semifinals ready.
GG.
GG. Wow.
I am shocked by what just happened. You know, True had such a great start to that game. But unfortunately, he confirmed the lack of a third base a little bit too late. By the time he checked, Army was already more than halfway across the map, because it's Berlingrad, mate. It doesn't take that long to get across the map. And again, he chose not to throw down a Baneling Nest. He chose to save all his gas for Mutas.
Exactly, man. BratOK just has this killer instinct to him, doesn't he? Where he knows, alright, I'm just gonna move across the map right now. There is no way you're gonna be able to deal with all of this army I'm throwing at you. And he was right. There was no way for him to deal with that. GG, well played.
GG.
You know what that means?
What does that mean?
It means that both of our semifinals are going to be TVPs. As our upper semifinals, as we were mentioning earlier, is already ready. It's already done. It is going to be Björn versus Beastork. We may hop servers, we may not. Depends on what our players are comfortable with.
Yeah, we'll see how this plays out between Korea and Southeast Asia, if they decide to play on Taiwan, or if they decide to play on Southeast Asia as a server, as a nice middle ground. From my understanding, they're pretty similar when it comes to ping for the Koreans, so there shouldn't be too many issues there. But yeah, wow, I'm still, my brain is still trying to process the fact that True is out of the tournament.
Yeah.
Wow.
All Zerg representation, man. It's gone.
Is Gonj, mate. Gonj.
Gonj?